excited for the rest of this show.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun here. It is Friday, so TGIF. I'm Matt Reagan.
I'm student meteorologist Matt Mackie.
We got the Matts here at the desk, the dueling Matts.
As always, we'll see who comes out on top.
Hey, I think we both are, because the forecast is going to be showing a huge cool down. All the student meteorologists will be talking about that later in the show.
I know, and I know we're all really looking forward to that, considering how unseasonably warm it's been, with record-setting temperatures in November.
Yeah, we just had the cold front move through over the last day or two, and that's made today really a gorgeous day.
It really was, especially after all that rain passed through and everything. It's been really nice out around campus.
Yeah, gorgeous day out there. Dry conditions as well. Those conditions will start to become a little bit more humid over the next 24 hours as the approach of another cold front does move in.
That's looking to bring a little bit of rain through our area as well, I believe, over the weekend.
Yeah, we could see a chance of rain. We're going to be outlining all of that for you. We do have our last home game of the season tomorrow.
Yeah, Chattanooga. It's taking place at Doak Campbell Stadium here on the FSU campus.
Yeah, we're going to have Andres and Jordan talk about the entire game day events later on in the upcoming desks. But for now, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the weather. This is FSU Weather. It's the Friday edition. Let's send it on out to Jordan for a quick overview.
Thanks so much, Mads. We're looking at an absolutely wonderful day today. Here's the current radar from 2 o'clock all the way till 6 o'clock. It's been absolutely clear, not even a single cloud in the sky. Been absolutely gorgeous today. It was a little chilly start to this morning, but we warmed up quite quickly to the mid-70s. Currently around the Big Bend, 71 Tallahassee, 71 St. Mark's. Some of the cold spots around are Quincy at 66 and Mariana at 66 as well. Looking absolutely great. Tonight is looking even better as well. You might want to bring a light jacket if you're from the south like I am. 59 degrees tonight, partly cloudy, a bit cool, and a nice breeze to probably take it off for you. Absolutely great night to go outside, maybe go for an evening jog if you even want to do that. Here's what we're going to be looking at for the rest of the show, the weather headlines. Clouds are going to start increasing because we do have another cold front coming through. Cloudy game day and those cold temperatures ahead as that cold front comes through, probably upping those rain chances as well. But for now, I'm going to pass it back to the Mats at the desk.
Hey, thanks so much, Jordan. I know, me personally, everyone on the show, we're all looking forward to those cool temperatures, as I mentioned.
Yes, the cool temperatures are on their way, and so, as we did say before, Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving does mean travel.
Oh yeah, travel for most everyone, I know.
Yeah, where are you heading up to?
I'm going up to Maryland by way of Georgia and everything, and it looks to be a beautiful day for traveling, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you're heading out next Monday or Tuesday, early next week, temperature's going to be cool, and the weather's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be a clear one for most of the United States. Now, Sunday, coming back here, that'll be the busiest travel day of the year.
Yeah, and it does look like we're going to have some storms systems passing through the eastern seaboard of the United States, especially up in the northeast, the possibility of some airport delays up in areas like Philadelphia, New York, Boston.
Yeah, but we always want to keep people ahead of these travel delays, but once again, it is the busiest travel day of the year, a week from Sunday after Thanksgiving, so travel delays, a likely possibility.
And it's just something to keep in mind, something to deal with. I know we're all going to and fro and whatnot, but we'll get there.
Yep, we will. Now Andres is going to take us somewhere else, and that is the local look at the forecast.
Thank you, Matt. Right here we can see we have a very, very beautiful view of Doak Campbell Stadium, and it was a very gorgeous day today. I hope you went outside and enjoyed it, but you still have a little bit of sunshine left if you want to go out and enjoy this beautiful weather we are having today. Current conditions right now, we are at 71 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, and the dew point is at 55 degrees with the humidity at 57, so it's a very pleasant day outside today. We're having a little bit of winds from east-northeast at 5 miles per hour, so it's just very gorgeous outside. I hope you've been able to enjoy it. Looking at the radar, we have nothing to show you because the skies are clear, the skies are beautiful. Anywhere you look on the map, it's just gorgeous outside, folks. It's not broken, but we do have a degree of 71 here in Tallahassee. Feels great. 71 in St. Mark's, 68 in Apalachicola. It's just throughout the Big Bend, we're having gorgeous weather and beautiful temperatures as well. And the wind speeds, well, you know, we have here 5 in Tallahassee, 4 in Monticello, 5 in Thomasville. It's just very pleasant outside, and these winds are helping to keep the temperature's a little bit cooler as well. So we're enjoying this because right now it's very, very nice. And we move on to the next 36 hours. We're going to see that starting tomorrow. We're going to see some cloud cover come back. And around game time, at 3 o'clock, we should see more cloud cover come in. And we'll have this cold front out to our west that's going to be getting closer to us. And this is going to bring the possibilities of more rain towards us here in Tallahassee. But once that does pass by, come Sunday, those temperatures are going to start taking a dip. So it's going to start feeling really, really cold, not extremely fast, but throughout the day it should start getting a little bit colder. But for tonight, we're going to see 59 degrees here in Tallahassee, partly cloudy, a little bit cooler, and the winds should be out of the east at 5 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, game day, the game day forecast. Well, for tomorrow, it should be at 72 around kickoff. Isolated showers, 30% chance, and hopefully tomorrow we can pull off another win and end the season off. Oh, excuse me, actually we have one more game. Well, as far as the home games, end them off right. So, and the wind should be out of the east-northeast at 5 miles per hour for the game. And planning ahead for the next couple days, tomorrow's going to be, for tomorrow, it's going to be 8 a.m. It's going to be 59 degrees. At noon, should be about 66, maybe some showers around the area. And around 5, I guess it's the same thing, but chances increasing a little bit, and it should be about 69. So tomorrow afternoon, just make sure you have an umbrella handy. You never know when you're going to need it. And as we see right here, Saturday into Sunday, that's when a cold front's going to come on by. But once it does pass by and the showers go away, we're going to see the temperatures dip. Look at that, Monday, the low is going to be 36, Tuesday 37. So for the rest of the week, it should be very, very beautiful though, as the temperatures are going to stay mild and we're going to be able to enjoy all these beautiful temps. But for right now, I'm going to pass it off to Matt Mackie.
Hey, thanks so much, Andres. I know we're all looking forward to that wonderful weather next week. Taking a look at the radar around the southeast, you can see it's pretty clear in our immediate area with some showers spinning up over in the Gulf of Mexico, over on the Texas coast. If you take a look down here in Miami, there's some showers moving through the south, past Grand Bahama Island, over into Nassau and everything. And this is from Friday through most of the day, that's today. But as we look at the current temperatures, we're going to see this really strong temperature gradient. Places like Wilmington, North Carolina, up there it's 57 degrees, 63 in Savannah. But as you start to move a little further south, 71 in Tallahassee, 76 in Orlando, 80 in Miami. So you can really see it's really strongly correlated with how north or south you are, as it always is. As far as the wind speed goes, we're seeing really moderate values, nowhere really too gusty or too breezy. Tallahassee, us personally, we're sitting at 5, 8 in New Orleans, 7 over in Shreveport, and 7 in Little Rock. So you can see things really consistent, very moderate, very mild throughout most of our region. Nothing really to be worried about, nothing to take note about. Now the relative humidity, what this is higher relative humidity values are going to correlate to it feeling a little hot, humid, and muggy. So as you can see down here in the southern Florida Peninsula, 85 in Key West, 76 in Miami, that's really humid. It's not feeling too comfortable out there. Us in Tallahassee, 57, it's feeling fine. And as you get up into the interior of the southeast region, you start to see things feeling really dry, really comfortable up there. 29 in Tupelo, 44 in Little Rock. Coming back over into Montgomery, it's only 40. So it's feeling really nice through there. Lightning strikes, there's nothing to worry about. Over in the Gulf, if you're out that deep into the water, maybe something with some of those showers that are spinning through the area. But as far as over the land, there's nothing to worry about, nothing to keep in mind. As far as the Futurecast radar goes, I'm going to set this in motion. This starts tonight at Friday night, and it starts moving, setting it into motion through Saturday. Over that day, we're going to see some of these things, some of these systems of showers move, spinning up from the Texas and Louisiana coast off through the Gulf, and some additional shower systems off in the Atlantic Ocean, off past the east. Tonight, though, things are looking really good. In our immediate area, 59 in Tallahassee, and you can see right along this line, 58 in New Orleans. Things are real consistent. If you're up in North Carolina, in Wilmington specifically, it's going to get down to 39 tonight, so really chilly. Make sure you keep that in mind if you're traveling through that area in the upcoming. But we're going to go ahead and send it back to the desk now with some extended looks.
Thank you, Matt. That was an interesting forecast. I do like the cooler temperatures coming in. Not everybody does, but farmers, watch out for that freeze coming up, possibly outside of Tallahassee. We may be seeing some areas approaching freezing on Monday night and Tuesday night. But one of the things we also want to talk about here is on Wednesday, we did experience a bit of severe weather, at least in our general viewing area. Now, just northwest of Quincy, a tornado was confirmed by the National Weather Service. After a tornado warning had been placed up, the next day they sent a survey crew out to see if there was any damage. Now, I happened to be in the area when the tornado was reported, and we did experience quite a bit of rain, quite a bit of wind, but the tornado was ruled an EF0 tornado, winds about 70 miles per hour, and it was about 50 yards wide at one point and was only on the ground for about 10 to 15 minutes. Did cause a little bit of damage in the Gretna area, a couple of tree limbs down, some power outages, but thankfully was not as bad as it could have been. Now, severe weather, we've got you covered for the rest of the severe weather season. For now, we're going to send it on out to Jordan for our national.
Thanks so much, Matt. This banner says it all for the entire national. You have a warm south and a cool north. Let's take a look at a couple of temperatures around the region. 74 in San Antonio, Texas, 71 in Dallas. But as you move up north, 29 in Minneapolis and 22 in Billings. That's absolutely crazy. And those are the high temperatures too. Those aren't actually the low temperatures. It's something that we haven't seen in quite some time. If we go ahead and look at the radar, we are going to see we do have a lot of snow up in Iowa, and any rain whatsoever is going to be out on the East Coast. Up north near Maine and into South Florida, we see a couple of showers passing through as that cold front went through earlier this evening. Let's take a look at the watches, warning, and advisories. It's a coloring book out here. This light blue is freeze warnings. That means it is very possible that your crops could freeze, so please be careful if you have family out there, warn them about their crops. You can see in Texas you have some freeze warnings, and this lighter blue, this darker blue I should say, is some freeze watches. So out in Oklahoma and even in Tennessee and North Mississippi, you have some of those freeze watches out there too, especially up in Michigan. This little pink color is winter weather warnings. So a lot of that snow that they've been seeing up in Iowa and even southern Minnesota, you can certainly see some of that as you go out there. All these little green dots throughout most of the South, those are flood warnings, and they're usually associated around rivers where they've been experiencing lots of rain throughout most of the region, and that rain will stick around, at least for most of the time being. Here, we're going to go ahead and zoom up into Iowa, and you can see just north of Des Moines, you can see all that winter weather, and we are going to see exactly where that northern snow is. They are getting dumped with snow, and you can see exactly where that freeze line is, where there's the rain instead, where it's warm enough for rain, and then where it's cold enough for snow. So if you have family up there, please let them know. Nicer south, Tallahassee, absolutely clear, especially past Mississippi. You got a couple spotty showers as that cold front moves through most of South Florida, but absolutely gorgeous throughout most of our region. I'm going to put this into motion now. Futurecast radar is going to show the entire southeast over the next couple of days. Here we are Friday night, going to stay mostly clear. But as we head into Saturday evening, we are going to see a couple of showers coming in as that cold front comes through. And you can see that line right here, exactly where that cold front is. Possibly isolated shower even for the game day forecast. But by Sunday around 7 o'clock, we're going to see most of that stay out of our region. Tonight throughout the Big Bend and most of the southeast, 59 tonight, 61 in Gainesville. Up in Macon, Georgia, 39 degrees. Tomorrow's forecast looks really nice. 73 Tallahassee, 72 in Valdosta, and 64 in Albany, a couple cloudy skies. But for now, we are going to pass it off to Matt with a look at the local.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Let's take a look at our local conditions here. Currently around the Big Bend, we've been talking about it all show long. It's been a gorgeous day. 70s right now, even lower 60s. Look at Quincy, even farther north at Bainbridge. We're talking about low 60s, even here in Tallahassee. Feeling rather nice, 71 degrees. And that's all being complemented by the lack of moisture in the atmosphere. And you can see that here with the radar. There's not broken. We've been saying that all show. There's just no rain on the radar, and that is due to the passage of that cold front. Now, things will be changing over the next couple of days, which we will be seeing, and we have seen in the past few minutes, as people have pointed out, with the cold front moving through. Let's take a look at the broader view here. Across the southeast, a few showers and thunderstorms down in the Miami area, down the South Florida area as well. Off the coast of Brownsville, Texas, they're seeing some showers as well. But really, mostly clear as a dominant high pressure is built in behind that front, making for really nice conditions as well as dry air mass as well. And you could see that here. We see our Futurecast radar imagery as we do put this into motion. We see the radar not showing a whole lot here until tomorrow evening and tomorrow afternoon. Maybe not so much of the game, but we're not ruling out the possibility of a sprinkle or two. And as this moves on down a little bit more, we do see that front well defined. And if you are heading out on the water, winds will be nice, variable. It'll be a nice day over the next 24 hours or so. As conditions start to change, we're going to be seeing a big shift in the winds as the passage of that front happens. Now, sunset 5:38 p.m. That's rather early now. We're seeing the darker conditions as we move into the winter season here in Tallahassee area. On the sand, we're looking really nice as well. High UV index. Going to be a gorgeous day to head to the beach, possibly tomorrow. And then as we move into our forecast for tonight, another gorgeous night, 59 degrees here. Partly cloudy. A little bit on the cool side, I'd say. Recommend taking a jacket out. The winds are going to be nice and calm as well. looking at your game day forecast, here's what it's looking like. Clouds will be increasing as we move through the day. It'll be a cool lunch, and at the afternoon time, we may see a rain chance of a sprinkle or two. But now we're going to send it to Casey to take a look at our extended forecast.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, we'll get right into what we're seeing over the next several days across our area. We do see 73 for your Saturday. Those temperatures cooling down, though. 60 for Sunday, 58 on Monday. Relatively nice conditions as we get into early part of next week. Now, for that Thanksgiving, we'll start to see a uptick in temperatures, though. We see 68 Wednesday, 74 Thursday. Those temperatures mid-upper 70s as we get into Thursday and Friday as well. So relatively nice conditions, but what I want to focus on just real quick here is that forecast for your Monday morning. We do see some very cool temperatures. Sunday night into Monday, we'll be seeing temperatures get into as low as the mid-30s, 36 Tallahassee, 34 Quincy, 33 Bainbridge. Cool conditions around the viewing circle. So that's just something that you'll want to be on the lookout for. You'll need a heavy jacket probably if you're going out late Sunday night or early Monday morning. It will be cool. But right now we'll go ahead and take it back over to the desk where we do have, of course, Andres and Jordan standing by.
Thank you, Casey. Well, tomorrow it's the last home game of the season. We're gonna be playing Chattanooga, and hopefully we can end our home games with a win.
I sure hope so. I'm certainly looking forward to it. 3 p.m. kickoff. Maybe a chance of an isolated shower, so you might want to bring that poncho if you're heading into Doak.
Yeah, you can bring ponchos. I'm sorry.
Yes, no, don't bring an umbrella.
Don't bring umbrellas.
Those are not allowed in Doak.
Yeah.
But it's actually, they're going to be wearing their alternate jerseys this time. They're black alternate jerseys, and they haven't worn those since 2008. Am I correct about that?
You are correct. 2008 was the last time they wore the black jerseys, and it's been since 2009 that they wore any alternate jerseys. So it should be interesting to watch them.
Yeah, of course. Certainly looking forward to that. I'm certainly hoping that we can win because we are ranked 14th, and Chattanooga is currently not ranked at this time.
No, and if we want any chance at any one of the big bowls, we need to win, and we also need to win the next one after that too. So
yes, we do. Certainly looking forward to it. We are 8-2 right now, so
yeah, we're 8-2, and we need to finish 10-2. So
yes.
But for right now, we'll pass it off to the Wolf, to Matt Reagan.
Thank you, guys. We're looking at those temperatures again. Once again, I'm back here. Let's look around the Big Bend. We're going to look a little bit farther west here. 71 in Tallahassee, still hasn't changed from the last minute and a half. 66 here in Panama City, even closer to the coast. Cooler temperatures as we get that ocean breeze moving off the water. Mariana at 66 as well. Valdosta at 67. Currently across the entire state of Florida, we're taking a broader look here. As we move down the peninsula, there's a 10-degree difference between Miami and Tallahassee. That's actually not too much for this time of year. That cold front actually did make its way through the South Florida area, stalled out near South Florida at this point, but still brought a little bit cooler and a little bit drier conditions for most of the peninsula as well. Now, currently, here's our satellite and radar. This illustrates where that front is hanging out, kind of draped across the state. Really doesn't have any punch anymore to it. And we're going to start to see those rain chances. See the cloud cover off over the Gulf? That's going to start creeping into our area and eroding this high pressure just a little bit, making for less dry conditions, a little bit more humid. Not too bad though, but it'll be a quick change as we get into the day on Saturday evening and into Sunday. Now, water vapor really illustrates where that dry air mass came in. See the front pass through illustrated in the green, and then the orange indicates that drier air in the mid to upper levels. And as that moved in, it really made us feel quite nice and quite comfortable. But now, unfortunately, Mr. Green, Mean Green's coming back, but not for long. As the drier air starts to move in on Sunday, it'll be really feeling cool and really dry as well. Chapstick weather on the way. Relative humidity, 57% here in Tallahassee compared to 85% in Key West. Now that's a big difference. Really humid down in the Keys. Here in Tallahassee, feeling rather nice outside. The ick factor is low. Looking at the Futurecast radar, showers and storms continue to plague the southern parts of the peninsula as we start to shift our attention to the next front. Here in Tallahassee, possibly a rain chance. Our models are saying around 7 p.m., maybe even a little bit later than that. But we're going to keep those rain chances around for the duration of the day, the afternoon part of tomorrow. Tonight's forecast, though, across the peninsula, 59 degrees here in Tallahassee, 73 Miami. I like to show the two because they are pretty much the extremes of the state, 77 degrees in Key West. Really comfortable across most of the state of Florida. Tomorrow's forecast looks like this, 73 in Tallahassee. Clouds around, clouds on the increase as well. 80 in Fort Myers, 82 in Miami, mostly an 80-degree autopilot story across the rest of the peninsula, 70s here in the northern part of Florida. But for now, we're going to be sending it over to Casey to take a look at elsewhere in the country.
Thanks, Matt. We'll get right into now what we're expecting here in the weather situation across the tropics. First off, there's nothing going on currently. That's the good news. But what I want to talk about right now is Hurricane Kate, folks. In 1985, it did impact the Florida Panhandle area very significantly. You see these orange indications here, this Category 2, Category 3, weakening down as it did make landfall there on Mexico Beach. As a low-end Category 2 hurricane, it did have immense impacts around the Tallahassee area. I'm going to step up just to kind of give you a characterization of these impacts. We do see that 1,200 structures were damaged in Tallahassee. 108,000 people were without power. Again, Category 2 at landfall, and overall, in the entire region, it caused $1.4 billion in damage with a peak intensity of 120 miles an hour. So, very serious situation with this storm. We did have another Hurricane Kate here earlier this year, but luckily it wasn't near as serious as that one. It was a Cat 1, but it did not have any impacts in the U.S., so that's good news. Haven't seen any other storms either here in terms of having impacts over the last little bit across the region, so that's great news. But again, a very serious situation back 30 years ago tomorrow is when that landfall was of Kate. Now, hurricane climatology-wise, we do see now storms that would develop are more favored here to impact areas around Cuba, going up in toward the Bahamas as well, going to the northeast. So that system was very unusual, Kate. It very much was, as this was a situation that did not happen very often. The strongest hurricane to ever make landfall in the northern Gulf of Mexico. Nothing like that again going on now, though. A few thunderstorms here off the east coast of Florida, but nothing too significant to worry about. Relatively nice conditions in terms of the tropical picture across the state of Florida and across the entire Atlantic basin. There's a storm in the Pacific, but that's not too much of a concern right now for those regions, as it's expected to stay out to sea at the present time. Again, you see relatively rise on radar. We do see that there is a few areas of cloudiness down toward the south, but really not too big of a concern. We see these down towards central and southern Florida. Some clouds are around Orlando, down toward Miami, but again, not too concerning. Now, in terms of rainfall across the south, though, we do see that there are some nice conditions, at least for now, but rain's going to come in across the southern region here. As we get into toward tomorrow, we see some showers approaching Pensacola, and these are expected to have an impact later in toward the evening hours. Nothing too significant, but there could be some isolated showers later in the evening. I'm not really expecting too big concerns for the game either. So that's the good news of that. Right now, we'll go ahead and take it back over to the desk where Andres and Jordan are standing by.
Thanks so much, Casey. We are going to talk about some weather history. Back in 1869, a second windstorm within 3 days hit Vermont and New York, blowing railroad trains off their tracks. And back in the 1800s, that's all they had for big transportation.
Can you imagine the strength of that wind in order to do that? Pick up a train?
Crazy. Trains are so heavy,
They're
too.
heavy. I don't know exactly how heavy they are, but that's a lot of power.
Oh yeah, especially for wind speeds.
Yes.
In 1900, there was an unusual tornado outbreak, in the lower Mississippi Valley. It resulted in 73 deaths and extensive damage throughout them. And luckily, we don't have any big tornado outbreaks. We did have that small tornado on Wednesday.
And it's still unusual, though, for this time of year, but at least it wasn't as powerful. It didn't injure or kill as many people as there. So.
No, luckily. So glad about that. But for now, we are going to pass it off to Mackie with a look at our final local.
Things are actually looking really great on campus. As far as local temperatures go around the Big Bend region, you're seeing 69 in St. Marks, 71 in Tallahassee, 63 in Quincy. And that's really indicative of what we're seeing throughout a lot of this region. Things are looking really uniform, really nice. It's comfortable outside. If you take a look at the relative humidity, as I mentioned earlier, that's how humid, how hot, and how sticky it's going to be feeling. 57 in Tallahassee, so it's a real moderate value, but as you start getting over here into the northwestern portions of our viewing area, 77 in Quincy, 60 in Bainbridge, is feeling a little more humid out there. As for the satellite and radar in the southeast, there's not much going on in our area. As I mentioned, it's really clear. This is from Friday, as I mentioned. You can see this some precipitation and clouds associated with this cold front that's just kind of draped across the southern Florida peninsula. That's kind of dying out on us, not really going to have too much of an impact on us as we go forward into the weekend. And you can see Saturday morning, things are going to be looking they start from going pretty clear to pretty cloudy throughout most of the afternoon. And as you go into Saturday night and to Sunday morning, we're going to see some of these precipitation, some scattered showers roll through, but the clouds will come on out after that. So by the time we get to Sunday night into next week, things are going to be looking really clear, really comfortable, really nice as we get ready to travel up home for Thanksgiving. Tonight's going to be 59, partly cloudy, and a little cool with winds out of the east at 5 miles an hour. So really nothing to be worried about. I know what we're all excited about, however, is the Florida State Seminoles are taking on Chattanooga tomorrow for the final home game of our season. It's going to be 72 degrees when we kick off at 3 p.m. And we are tracking some isolated showers that might be rolling through the area. It can't hurt to bring a poncho, but we're really not expecting anything too major. Winds real consistent with what we've been seeing. 5 miles an hour out of the east-northeast, so it shouldn't have too big of an impact on the game itself. The 7-day forecast, though, this is what we're all looking at. Saturday, Sunday, as this cold front moves through, we're going to see temperatures drop. Look, 59 going to 55, going to 36, the lows on Monday. Some precipitation going through into the weekend. Just some scattered showers, 40% on Saturday, 30% on Sunday. Nothing really to be worried about. As we move forward in the week, though, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're all getting ready to travel up home. Temperatures remain kind of low, kind of mild, but it's looking real clear out there, real sunny, real cloudy. 68 on Wednesday, 74 on Thursday for Thanksgiving, 78 on Friday. We're going to send it back to the desk with Andres and Jordan. Going to wrap it up for us.
Thank you, Mackie. Are you ready for 36 degrees on Sunday night?
It seems really cold, but I'm certainly looking forward to it. It's a lot better than these record heats that we've been hitting, especially at the beginning of the month.
Oh,
now it's the end of the month, and we're gonna maybe even see some record lows.
That's quite a contrast for 1 month, isn't it? Record highs, and now we're going into really, really cold temperatures.
Yes.
So.
But to get there, we are going to have to see a couple of showers, sadly, this weekend. So if you are traveling this weekend, please be sure to use caution whenever you're driving through rain. Be sure to use your windshield wipers and your low beam headlights out there.
Yes, but please make sure you bundle up, because as we're looking at right now, 36, 37 degrees, please don't bundle up, because hypothermia can kick in at any point if you are outside for prolonged periods of time. So
Yeah, so be sure to alternate going inside and outside, especially during this Thanksgiving, if you want to go out and do some family football or not.
Yep. But if you want, you can follow us or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather. Like us, follow us on Twitter.com/FSU Weather. And if you just want to watch us at any time, go to livestream.com/FSU Weather, and we're there.
Of course, be sure to check out our Instagram, where we always post great pictures of any weather situations happening throughout Tallahassee and FSU.
Yeah, so please, this is our last show until the 30th, so happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm student meteorologist Jordan Frazier.
And I'm student meteorologist Andreas Rondon.
Have a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you back here on the 30th.